There's a hot news story going around that's kind of scaring people right now. And I'm afraid, as in a lot of these situations, there's a lot of misinformation out of there. There's a lot of TikTok videos that are scaring people on this subject. And that is a proposed by one of the candidates, a proposed capital gains rate that would go from, say, 20% maximum today to possibly 25 to 28%. Also, part of that discussion is that capital gains would be taxed each year and not just in the year that they are recognized. Now, I'm going to let the experts, the analyst, the economist, let those folks weigh in on what that might or might not mean to the economy. That's for a much larger discussion. But what I wanted to try to clear up shortly here is kind of this misinformation of, oh my gosh, if this happens, we're going to have these big tax liabilities each year that we haven't had in the past. So a few quick bullet points. We've mentioned this before, but most proposals, ideas, promises from politicians rarely ever come to fruition, or certainly rarely ever come to a realization, at least in the form that they are proposed. Even if there was traction with the policy, even less of those items ever make it through Congress. So yes, it's important to think about these things. It's important to have them in the back of our mind, but we're talking about something that may or may not ever even happen. Next thing I think to consider is this proposal, as it stands, would likely affect maybe the top half of 1% of earners in this country. The proposal, the way that it stands right now, would affect people maybe with an annual income of over $1 million per year. Again, that's a very small part of the population. I'll let economists and experts weigh out what that might mean for the economy. But for most of our clients, they don't fall into that category. If you receive a modest pension, Social Security, investment income off of your investments, likely not going to affect you. The last consideration or truth that I would like to speak to is the capital gains tax brackets, the way they stand today, roughly around $97,000 of income. Any married couple that's earning under $97,000 a year, that could be from lots of different sources. Those people, when they sell a long-term asset, are in the 0% capital gains tax bracket. In other words, they're not going to pay tax on that capital gain. So a lot of people aren't even taxed at the capital gains rate. Now, it's graduated. The more income that you earn, you may fall into a 15 or a 20% capital gains rate. But just remember that it's a graduated thing. So the takeaway that I have for everyone is number one, we can't spend too much time, or I don't think it's productive to spend too much time worrying about something that may never happen. The other thing is, it's likely, at least for our clients' personal situations and their investments and their income, it's likely to have zero impact on them, on you all. So again, I'll let the experts argue over what it might mean for the broader economy. Everything has some effect, unintended consequences. There's all kinds of things that could mean to the economy, but I'm just speaking from a standpoint of our clients and how they could be affected by a policy like the capital gains tax.